What's up, guys? This is Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the broader markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. So looking at our key fib levels right now on SPY, you guys can see that the 0.786 fib level happens to be around this 660 area. And it looks like that could be tested if we continue to fall. SPY needs to try to hold a 664, and as of right now, we're struggling to do so. So 660 to 658 becomes very, very possible. And if that range breaks, then these lows right here from the month of October could be retested if we end up losing that 660 to 658 area. But we're going to be watching to see how we end up reacting to that first. So I'm going to be watching us to potentially sell off a bit more for closer to 660 and be prepared for some more downside. And we'll see if we hold that support. If not, there's going to be further downside coming. Now, the data that came out was pretty much close to expectations, with the current conditions report, however, being a little bit weaker. Everything else was not too bad. And as of right now, there's not really much else coming out for the rest of the day. So for now, SPY still looks more bearish since 664 is not really holding, and there is a risk of 660 right now. So keep that in mind, and we'll see if we hold near that area. On the QQQ, the same thing is going on. We lost support right here at this 602 area. So if we take our fib level from this low from October, we go up to the high that was made. Our 0.786 fib level is going to be around 594. That's pretty far back. So we're watching this 600 area to see if this holds. That's going to be our next support on the QQQ. If that fails us, we could be going to the mid 590s. So be very careful. And there is some downside risk right now. We need to see this reclaim at least 610 to bounce and get a significant move back up. As of right now, we're looking more bearish. So we're favoring the low 600s and eventually 594 to 595 if that fails us. On the IWM, Russell 2000, we're showing some weakness. We're watching 237 as our support. If that fails us, we could be looking for 235. So there is some downside risk. On ES, we're looking weak. We also have a head and shoulders like pattern. We need to see this hold 6,700 at the very least. If we can't get back above that, we're going to be favoring 6,650 or even all the way down here towards the 6,600 area, which is where this head and shoulders would take us. On NQ, we also have a head and shoulders like pattern. We're going to be watching this essential 24,800 area and also 24,500 to see how it goes. On Bitcoin, we're also technically on a downtrend. We have this resistance around 102,000, support down here around 98,000. We're in the middle, so we're going to likely consolidate down here, but there is still some downside potential. Looking at Tesla stock, we have a head and shoulders like pattern. This may continue to fall back down here, and I think the odds are going to be favoring us retesting 425. We also have resistance up here around this 435 area, but overall, there is weakness on Tesla, and we're watching that very psychological 420 mark as our main support. Nvda is showing some weakness. We have a double top projection. We're watching 180 to see if it holds. If not, I would not rule out the possibility of 176 for some temporary downside. Appl, however, is showing some strength. We're consolidating right now. Supports at 266. We touched 266 and bounced so far, so we're in the middle. We also have resistance around 272, so we're stuck in the middle, kind of just like range trading. On Supermicro, we're on a downtrend as well. We could be looking for 37.5 as our potential support. Palantir is also on a downtrend. We could be dipping towards 169 as our support, and we'll see how it goes from there. On AMD, we're also looking kind of weak here. We could be dipping back down towards this 225 area, so we'll see how it goes there. Coinbase is also showing some weakness. We're watching this support down here. I want to see if this could reclaim 290 or not, but overall, there is still some weakness. Amazon could be dipping for 237 for some temporary downside. Meta's on a downtrend, could be looking for 600 flats, and we'll see if we bounce near there or not. As of right now, we're still looking kind of weak. Google's also going to be favoring 274 as our main support, and we'll see if we bounce. And then Microsoft could also be dipping back down towards this 490 area as we're continuing to show some signs of weakness. So with that being said, the market is still showing some weakness right now, as we're seeing Microsoft and many other stocks dipping. And I want everyone to be careful with these levels. The VIX is also breaking out with an inverse head and shoulders. It could continue to go higher and approach 22 very, very soon. So for now, the charts are looking weak and we're still favoring downside. Be ready for 660 or so on SPY, and we'll see if we can hold it near there. That's going to be the next key support, very close to our key fib level. So be very careful, and we'll see what happens as time goes on. Thank you all so much for listening. Please enjoy the rest of your guys' days and be prepared for further declines, at least for now in the markets. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for listening, and peace out.